again for another visit with One Life with me, your host, Dr. Trey Ahia. It has been such a wonderful experience bringing information about parenting and the importance of how we want to focus on loving our children to life and not loving our children to death. Hence, our subject, parenting our children to life. And there are so many instances that we are looking at in these visits about how parents tend to love their children to death, meaning they struggle to say no when they should say no to their children, or I don't want to invade my child's privacy. Those things tend to leave our children out, as we say in some terms. I'm just leaving them out to dry, showing the child that, yes, go ahead. We're not our child's friends. So yes, go ahead and do as you will. A lot of parents talk about how they struggle with guilt and that sort. From the start, we talk about when should a child be able to have boyfriends or girlfriends and have sexual encounters with one another. We know that the natural occurrence of having a boyfriend or girlfriend is to have sexual encounters. That's the natural course of things. So with these visits that we've been having these last few weeks, we've been exploring that topic, those issues. Is it the parents' fault for allowing a child once they get to be 14 or 16 or 18? Is it the parents' fault that the child now has a baby? They've had a premarital sex. Should my child even get married? So those are some of the issues that we've been exploring. And as promised, I told you that we would be having guest hosts. And today we're blessed with Miss Clark, who has her own perspective on this topic of parenting our children to life. Hi, Miss
Good
Clark.
morning. Good morning. Thank you for having me, Dr. Here.
Yeah.
My perspective on it is parenting from an empty cup.
And
And
yeah, when you say parenting from an empty cup, I like that, parenting from an empty cup. When I think of an empty cup, I think about a cup that doesn't have all of the liquid in it. Is that what you're referring to?
that's exactly what I'm referring to. Um, well, in my experience in parenting, I've had and people that I've encountered, like friends and such, um, it hasn't always been an easy road. It has been kind of difficult and it has been a learning process as well. So, meaning that myself, I have to be whole in order to parent my child in a proper way. And I've learned that through, my daughter has sickle cell, so that was a learning process, how to deal with that, how to deal with the emotions behind that, so
Right.
that I'm not giving her, you know, no hope. I'm giving her hope and I'm, showing her how, it's okay. Let's get through this process together, you
Yeah.
know.
And so
So that
when you speak about parenting, you have a daughter, and
yes,
when you think about some of those challenges, that's where when you're talking about that empty cup concept
yes,
that you came up with, that you didn't have everything you needed. You didn't have
yes,
everything you needed to make sure your daughter is getting what she needs to parent her in a way that she's going to be successful as a grown woman. Is that what you're referring to?
yes, that's exactly correct, Doc. That's what I'm referring to, not being able to give 100% of yourself at that moment, just coming from a space of maybe an ounce of water in the cup, an ounce of liquid in that cup. So me filling it up was me filling myself first, me getting myself together, understanding that she is valuable, she's a person. Now I have to see what I need to take in, what information I need to take in, what information I need to um, hold tight to, what information I need to be able to, I guess I would be saying how to express myself emotionally, physically for her, be there for her, um,
Wow.
and giving her the support she needs. Because sometimes I found myself being selfish,
Yes.
not being able to give her 100% of me all the time.
Yes. Yes.
That was kind of a difficult road, and which led me to this point today was to understand who I was as a woman and be able to give back, like meaning give her, okay, say for instance, she just had a menstrual, so learning how to deal with that, and then showing her the proper way to take care of it,
Mm,
as well as like you stated earlier, relationships and stuff like just giving her that advice so
yes.
she knows how to handle it in a positive way, and
Yes.
not coming down on her, but just being there to again support her in that situation. Because sometimes I found myself not being able to support her that way because I'm like, well, this is how I dealt with it, so maybe I should deal with it like this with her.
Yes.
So getting advice from my mom and yourself, just being able to take that information in and give it back to her in a way that she can understand it.
Yes.
I don't know if that made sense.
And so you've had to work on that. I heard you say that there has been times when you've thought, well, perhaps I should just parent my child like I was parented. And then you decided, no, let's
Yeah.
ask my village. We understand the concept of parenting from with the village
Yeah.
involved. You'd ask your mom, you'd ask other people. That's great. Wow, that's great. And
Yeah.
how has that form of parenting worked for you?
It's been amazing. It's been amazing. Like things have changed. She come to me more. She's more open and receptive, and I'm more open and receptive as well. Not just over talking and not listening and being compassionate.
Yes. Wow, that's excellent. Okay, that's good. What else can you share with us about this parenting phenomena, as I like to call it?
Okay, I mean, it's been a good ride. I mean, it's gotten totally better for me. Like as a human being, I feel better because I do self care now. I meditate. Take a second when I get like upset or can't understand what's going on. I
Yes.
just take a moment, do quick meditation. Now I understand how to love myself and to be able to love her completely. So I
Oh,
don't know if that made sense.
that's excellent. Yes, because you're talking about self-care. How key is that? When we sit on an airplane and they say in the event of an emergency, an oxygen mask will fall down. And they always say, put your oxygen mask on first before you put it on your child. And so when you made me think about that. You said you're meditating, you're doing more self-care. Because if you're not
Mm.
whole, how can you help your daughter to become a whole woman?
Yes.
Very important.
Yes.
That's very important. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. And at all, no matter what, you have to take care of yourself first as a mom, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
where do you
Yes.
find the time? Perhaps there are some listeners out there that are like, I don't have the time to take care of myself. I'm running, I got to work. I got to take care of the kids. How do I take time out for myself? What would your suggestion be about that?
My suggestion would be just to take a 2, 3 minutes, kind of, if you're in the car, pull on the side of the road. You can turn some instrumental music on and just kind of close your eyes and relax, not going to sleep, but just close your eyes, relax, get yourself calm in a calm state instead of being all over the place.
Yes.
Calm yourself and be at peace for maybe 5 minutes. And
Yes.
then you will see how you feel so revived and refreshed after that.
Wow.
So
That's
that's one aspect
a great
of it.
example.
Day.
I really appreciate you coming on the show today and visiting with me and my listeners. And I hope
Thank you.
that people will share this. They'll like it. They'll tell others. They'll make comments. There's a tremendous amount of comments that folks have been making about this particular and other topics and other visits that are on One Life. And we ask that folks continue to do that, continue to share, like, and subscribe. Well, For today, that's our show. Again, thank you, Ms. Clark, for being
Thank you, Dr. Hill, for having me.
and hopefully feel free to come back and visit again. We would appreciate that.
Absolutely. Anytime.